Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Coaster Queens. We have a special, lovely episode today, and as always, I am accompanied by Mr. Hello.
Heyo.
Greetings. Yes, and today, why our episode is special? Because we are in, well, first of all, Conifer Slopes, which is special, and number two, we have a special Bish. A special Bish. We have Masked Bandit.
I was say, is that me? Am I the special Bish?
Use the special Bish.
I am. I'm very special. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad for someone to be paying attention to my Planet Coaster work, because Lord knows I'm not currently. So
We live off this shite.
Yes.
No, I'm excited. I honestly, before I sent this to you, I opened it up before I sent it to you. It was the first time I've opened this in probably months. So I was like, ooh, I should probably work on this some more. So maybe this will, probably not, but maybe it'll spur me to work on this some more.
One
yes,
can only.
that'd be
Don't
amazing.
get my hopes up.
I'll try not to.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so we're in Conifer Slopes.
Mm-hmm.
Some parkscapeness.
Yes, this is an old park. It's been around since the beginning of Planet Coaster, and even before that, we were talking before we started. 07 was the first time Conifer Slopes came to the
And
forums.
and I remember certain renditions, like certain pieces. As I was touring this before we all started talking, and I was like, oh, why do I remember that? And then my mind was transported back to the days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some certain things that have stuck around for all this time, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, hopefully we'll point those out as we go. And if anybody doesn't know about this park, that's watching you guys, it's been something I've been having different versions of it, like I said, since 2007, and it's followed over to Planet Coaster. And if there's ever a Planet Coaster 2, then we'll definitely have a Conifer Slopes in Planet Coaster 2, because it's my little, we say it's a ship in a bottle. It's my little park in a bottle.
Yeah, I think we all have that one project that haunts us, and it kind of keeps bringing back various renditions. Like for me, it's Mesa now. It's I'm sorry, Lumiere, which I've never got off the ground in Planet Coaster. I've had 2 renditions. It's just never happened. Mm-hmm. But like
I remember
Mike's
it from Roller Coaster Tycoon, though. I remember
Yeah.
that park. Mm-hmm.
Mike has CPG.
Yep,
Has
and that's
even-
never seen Planet Coaster.
No, I thought he did. Maybe I'm imagining that. Maybe I dreamt it. Which is
No, that's
extremely
Magali.
possible.
That is his CPG for this game. I guess.
Gotcha. Let's
Yeah.
go in.
I guess.
I've just
All right,
never
let's go in.
finished anything enough or to like really go. Like I did a whole bunch of stuff in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but never got very far. So it was like the only one that I've brought like a couple roller coasters over as far as like concept, but parks, no, I don't really have any babies. I'm just like I never finish anything. So
Right. No, I don't either. But there are certain things like this Graham's Lemonade. That's been in every single. Because in the original version, there was this little yellow building. I was like, yellow building, that should sell lemonade. And so now every version of Conifer Slopes has a Graham's
That's
Lemonade.
Rams.
is
I love
around
it.
the corner where the fudge is made.
Yes, actually, does it say? No, it doesn't say fudge. I don't think we sell fudge in this park, actually.
Kiss relations. Pax fudge.
You should do that like on the lemonade and then just do a little sign around the corner fudge is made.
We do. We do.
Om nom.
That's the very first Conifer Slopes video, was the Om Nom Bakery for Planet Coaster.
I remember
So,
that.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, that's kind of what started this whole little project. So
Yeah, I feel like you do make you take the franchises that are available in the game and you do make fun little park franchises. Okay, what am I trying to say here? Like essentially, you could take Grams or you could take Om Noms and put it in another park, and
I have, and actually they've crossed games. There's an Om Nom in Emerald Gardens Zoo right now.
oh, I love it.
Yeah, and we have all those little carts we made for No Name Landia, the Mind Gluten and all that. And I want to bring those. We have some of them, I think, in this project, but I want to bring even more over into this, like the Pucker Up and the TFB, and we need to make those for Zoo too, because those are integral to both theme parks and zoos. So,
Like I
Here's
have
our-
like 1 or 2 brands that I like to continue with. Like I have Adam Automotive, but that's very limited on what I can actually do with that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, this carousel cover, it's
Oh,
everything.
that's the second one I did. The first one was to cover up the first carousel, the Venetian, and we were again. the park's so old, it was before we could get rid of collision detection, which made the original one look really kind of janky. So
it was also
I
really
did go
small.
back.
That original carousel, I'm like, what were you thinking, Frontier? Like, we're building theme parks, not grocery stores.
That's true. It is very, very tiny. And even this one, I feel like it could be even bigger. We could, or make a double-decker version of this one. Like,
I wish there was a double. I tried to make one for something, and I'm like, even with collision detection off, you still have to make it like super duper tall. I'm like, well,
that was the thing that was so great about Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is you could have the collision detection turned off and then stack them. And again, Conifer Slopes was the first park where I built a double-decker carousel, and then I kind of used them all the time. So and there's what you were talking about.
Equus, yes,
Equus,
because
yeah.
Equus, whatever. The Daniel Radcliffe play. So essentially, I remember this from back Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Yeah.
And it's gone. The idea is the same. It had the same central tower, but it's a little more rustic, this version. The other one was a little more modern, kind of, as far as you could get in Roller Coaster Tycoon. But this one has a good example of like my early art shape days. One of the things I started to get pretty okay at are art shapes. And, making custom signs and stuff, which you'll see farther in the back of the park.
Yeah, like when you do that, I remember watching the one where you made like the beer house.
I remember the fish.
Yeah, the fish is back there, but yeah. And I'm really bummed because if you go back down the side here on the left towards Hawk, the custom sign there used to be awesome. It was a big old hawk, obviously. But then I lost the part because I saved over it like a chump, and I had to redo most of the work. And so I was like, I am not remaking that sign. So.
No, I mean, but this one's simple and it's dated, which is kind of what you want. So
Yeah. This thing I've never known what I wanted this coaster to be. I think it's supposed to be a GCI, but I suck at those, so it's just kind of a wooden coaster.
Yeah, I would never sit there and custom support a wooden coaster. You know what? Snaps for the people who have.
No, I won't do
thank
that
you.
either. That kills me.
No
thanks.
Like, that just kills one, like, the part count. Like, all of a sudden, like, you can part count, like, an entire park for what you can to custom support a GCI.
Yeah, absolutely. So I never did replace. That's the old flat like that. We got the newer one that's a little smaller. But, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it fits. I mean,
We're going for good enough. Yep.
Yeah. We're going for a meh. Yeah.
Meh. We're going for meh bandit.
Yeah.
Meh bandit.
Like,
with a little raccoon that's shrugging.
Could it be better? It could, but do I want to bother with making it better? No.
No. And I just love how this... I love how it sticks out. It doesn't make any sense, but I still love it.
No, but that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I don't care. It's so good. I was like, I want to make something modern. Meh, there we go. And I did.
It reminds me of The Incredibles.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, I love that
they
aesthetic.
They redid the Incredicoaster.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
gonna go the other way.
Yeah.
Go down the finished side.
It's okay.
Yeah. Well, it continues being finished. There's just a big gaping hole on that side, which I don't
I do love the usage of these lights that no one's ever used.
Yeah, they're hard. There's so many themed. Like in Omnom, there's the pink ones, and they like sparkle and twinkle and make goofy noises. And I just today, before I found out how to turn them off. I was like, oh, you could stop the goofy sound effects.
I've never noticed that. On the way out, we'll have to look at that. Because on the way out, we'll switch to nighttime.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah,
Coming to
we're going to
nighttime
sit here
lighting.
and judge your lighting game and see if you're real
You
good at
definitely will. It'll be terrible. So. This was one of the first times I ever gave a nod to another Discord community member. This is Commando Santa. Santa's that's his little avatar. Yeah, and that kind of started a whole little thing. So I did a whole mini series I made one for Silverette. I made one for.
Oh yeah, you did the.
John
You were the one that
T.
did the weenies, right? Sylv's weenies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I remember that.
Uh-huh. I did the Parisian Corner Bakery for Ruble. Yeah, so I did a couple different ones. And whenever I want to build a structure but don't know where to put it, I'll just take a community member and make a building for them. So,
There we go.
Yeah. I actually use baubles as baubles. Who does that?
Oh my goodness.
Coming soon.
Or not so soon.
Yeah, but Ryan actually had a concept of a Christmas shop called Gay Apparel.
Super clever.
I put that into my park, Mesa, of which I never did an interior. Maybe I should go back and do an interior.
I
Interiors
was all
are
about
hard,
interiors for
especially in
like a
this
hot
game.
second, and then decided I hate them.
Yes.
Right. Totally understand.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
They're-
love that. It's so difficult to make a flat ride look decent.
It is. It really is. And I love that's like my Six Flags ripoff. XL Extreme XXX.
Yes.
Like, I just figured as a day, the more X's you have in your name, the more intense your ride.
Yes.
I was imagining Office Space. Like, where's my stapler? Do you have my Excel spreadsheet?
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Category 5. Lost this again in the rebuild. Had to remake it, but I'm actually happy with how this turned out.
Was the original red, or has it always been blue?
No, I think it's always been blue. The
Okay.
coaster? Yeah,
Yeah.
the coaster's always been that teal color.
Oh, they
Yeah.
sell bowling balls. That's good to
They
know.
do. Get your official Conifer Slopes bowling ball.
Yes. Oh.
Or really big snow globes. Either way, it's a little ridiculous.
Either or, they both work. Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Yeah, so I got this main drag all the way to the back of the park pretty much done. And then the farther you get away from this, the scarier it gets. Oh, it's just about to go. Yay.
It doesn't.
Watch it.
Oh, it does. It does something special at night, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to look to it. I'm assuming it still does. I would assume so.
I think I remember
I
a
don't
short the video you did, which was like one of the first few episodes that you did. You showcased it.
Yeah, I tried to do some sequencing light work and then realized, like, that's so much harder to do than in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I was just like, it's not worth the time. So that's all I did.
Anything with a sequencer is not like Roller Coaster Tycoon. For all its flaws, I absolutely loved its sequencer.
Oh, I loved making shows. I loved making fireworks shows. Yeah. But this is a nightmare.
Well, we were just doing a gaycation in Santa Bish, and he did an entire pretty much a moving ombre effect of rainbow in his wooden coaster.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I was like that.
Yeah,
you know what?
he's
the
incredible.
cake.
That park is
Take the cake.
incredible. That park is so good.
It
So there's the fish you were talking about.
I love it.
Yes, I remember.
I think this is one of my
that
favorite
episode.
areas.
Yeah, this was the one where Mike came in and said it's in the wrong spot, and he made me put it here. And I'm glad he did because it does look good. Yeah, I'm very happy with this area. Isn't it all what I originally anticipated? But it works well, and it's
Yeah.
totally different. Nothing like this was supposed to be. The original Conifer Slopes had this area, Jonathan Lake, and this park won't have it. This is my little nod to it. So, yeah,
Warfel House. I love
Warfel House.
Warfel. I'm a sucker for a good pun.
I love puns. I think they're very punny.
This I love.
Thanks. And I love the I love the way the spinning coaster kind of works in this area. You get good views of it, and it goes around the lighthouse. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. That was one of my shining moments. I didn't make the lighthouse, by the way. I took it from the workshop. I don't remember who made it.
Oh no!
I know.
I do love it though.
The inhumanity.
Yeah, I do like it because it's like it has theme park elements, but it still screams generic.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
And that's always
good.
what Conifer Slope was supposed to be. Like there's some themey bits, but overall it's very generic theme park. So this is a awkward transition area that still needs some TLC.
I have
Trying to
never
get in.
noticed that a canopy comes over the riders when it goes.
Yeah, you can control it like how you can program the rides, sequence the
Yeah.
rides. Yeah, that's one of the sequences.
I've just never played with that type of flat.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, that's actually
bedazzled.
really cool. Mm-hmm. They look like it's very pretty.
They're very flashy rides. I've been on one. Except
Mm-hmm.
it's not as pleasant when the canopy comes over. It's fun in theory, but
I'd imagine it stinks and is all kinds of hot.
yeah, it
Yeah.
stinks a lot because it's just like everybody's BO and vomit. That's
That's terrible. Yeah, that's
So an
I was
Apple
"Ooh,
store?
the ride itself is not going to make me sick, but this is.
but all this will.
You mix
all
the
this was
smells
done-
with spinning around in circles, and it's just your stomach is not happy.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, this was all made actually by John T. This is not my work. I gave him the park for an episode, and he gave us the American idea of what a British area would be.
So back in Bro Acres, who did that that show stage? Do you remember?
The gazebo?
No, was it a gazebo?
With the little fall decorations? Because there's no...
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember who did that.
But it was great.
Again, definitely wasn't me. It was really good, but it wasn't me. Yeah, but the thing about this is that hypercoaster that's poking out back there, that's all fairly... Well, it's not new, but that's the newest thing, and it still needs...
Yeah, I remember there was you did like a live stream for that one, and then we talked about it in Discord after. Everybody was kind of like talking about like, okay, like I'm looking for realistic, but I'm not going for no limits. Like chill.
Yep, and then I never did a live stream of building a coaster again. Correct. Yeah, that's something I've decided to do off screen now. Build coasters because I just can't. There's 99% of the coaster enthusiast community are great. I love them. Yes. They're awesome. But there's that little minority, the vocal minority.
That's not accurate.
Right, the actually crowd. And when you're trying to do live streaming for 100 people and you're just getting yelled at about how it's wrong and how why can't you figure it out, it's like, well then screw all you, I'm going home, bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll do it on my own.
Fine, right. I'll just delete it and there won't be a roller coaster. Never mind.
Right, yeah. You get nothing.
No coasters for you.
Yeah.
All right. I love that.
I like this signs in this area. The one for the dragon one and then the Excalibur. Those are really...
Yeah, that's all Jaunty. I love the Excalibur font that he used.
That's great. Yeah. And the sword through it. And this is just in your face.
Dragon!
I think this sign is bigger than the roller coaster, but I love it.
And actually, I think Mike made that roller coaster.
Ooh, there's some animals. Right? Is that what's supposed to be in there?
This is more Jaunty. He really wanted an aviary in here, which I think is a cool addition. And it actually kind of... Again, the original Conifer Slopes took use of Roller Coaster Tycoon Wild, so it had like bears and horses in it. So maybe we have some birds in here because the ravens and all that British stuff. Yeah, scree. Mm-hmm. And now that's about.
I'll leave that for the imagination.
Stuff. Yeah, as far as the done stuff, we can if you want to see the hypercoaster station and transfer is all done, but the area around it is definitely not.
Well, this is what we'll look at. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Gorgeous. So let's ride some coasters. What do we want to ride?
Well, we got to ride Category 5 because that's the one that's been with like the whole project since its original conception.
Okay,
that's probably one of the better ones. That one's okay. They're all okay. My coaster building skills are just okay. And they sort of reference what a real coaster is like.
Like ours are spot on. Come on now.
No, I just can't. I can't hang. So
we're here to lift each other's spirits, not bash them.
I know. I just go for like, could this exist? Yeah. Does it have to like have all the exact elements and all?
Will it murder you? No.
Yeah. Like is it plausible?
You will not
yes.
Be dead.
Good enough then.
Yep.
By the way, Mister, he did not mess around on the speed of that lift hill either.
They're pretty fast. If I remember, those lift hill speeds are pretty quick.
Yeah, on the smaller ones like these, the Intamin ones, and then this is that company that I can't pronounce. It's that we were talking about this in our gaycation.
Mauer. Yeah.
Mauer Shona. I don't know.
Mau.
M&S.
Just like cover your mouth as you're saying it, so you don't seem like an idiot.
You know that one.
Yeah.
That's a short, cute little ride, but neat. It felt like there used to be a family coaster, a junior coaster in the original, but I didn't want that, so
I'm going to switch to nighttime, and we're going to ride Category 5.
All right.
Yes.
Ooh. I like the glowy blue.
Uh-huh.
I love
the lighting on this is probably some of the best as far as the coasters go, in that there is some. We got that going for us.
Ooh, and you managed to get a pause on the launch there before we had that wonderful hold launch feature.
Yeah, I don't know how I did, but
but it's there.
It's there.
Ooh. Is this a premiere ride?
I always kind of assumed it would be Intamin.
Yeah. Okay, so like the new Intamin track. pretty much.
I guess, yeah. Again, I always thought I knew about coasters until I started playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, and then I realized, I don't know a lot about coasters. So, and I don't care enough to learn everything there is to know. So,
Well, now they're like crossbreeding with each other.
yeah, and that gets even more confusing. So,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I know, whatever. I love it.
Good. Yeah, that's fairly smooth. For me, the harder I try to make a coaster correct, the the rougher it is. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely not 4-meter technique. This is just, a smooth, fun little coaster. Hopefully, if we sit here, we can get the launch to show.
Oh, here it comes.
Well, it's going to pause. It's going to wait.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wait for it.
Waiting.
For it.
Holding.
Almost there.
Hold. Maybe. I hope it works. Watch it not even work.
It breaks down.
I thought I saw it work. Hold on. Let's see. Come on.
Category 5 is currently experiencing technical difficulties.
I remember at Cedar Point, we were all going to go.
hold
There
on.
it goes.
Up.
Huh.
Ooh.
There it goes.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah, and that's the extent of the lighting work I've ever done in Planet Coaster. Yeah. No, but I remember we were at Cedar Point for the Bro Nation meetup last year, and we were all going to go on Iron Dragon. And we just hear over the loudspeakers, we're big broke. That's right, we're big broke.
Oh.
We're like, big broke. Apparently one of the hydraulics had broken, so
Oh.
I was like, yeah.
Big bro.
We should,
Okay.
yeah, so we didn't go on, clearly.
That's gonna be my new nickname. I'm Big Broke.
So, yeah, if you want to
okay.
ride any of the other ones, they're all decent. So let's see, you're here to sparkling?
Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yes. I don't know if you turn that off. If it turns the light off, it might turn the whole light off.
It's a very gay light.
But it's pretty.
Pink, it's sparkly.
It works well.
I think it's supposed,
And
to be, I
it's
think
pretty.
it's supposed to be like fairies that are in the
Yes,
light.
they are.
Yeah,
They
okay, that
are.
makes
But
sense.
it's a pretty color, and I liked it. And it was before we had many options for recolorable lighting. So
Yeah.
I went with it.
All right, hawk time.
There is no lighting on this guy, so
It's
it'll
okay.
just be.
Well, we're
That's
gonna
okay,
change
it's actually-
it to twilight.
Oh.
I've noticed, like, in Planet Coaster, I'm always tempted to really light things, but then even I remember walking around Disneyland in January, I'm like, it's actually pretty dark here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
said the
threw
same
us
thing with
for a
Epcot.
loop too. Yeah, Cedar Point. It's like, no, there's very little, especially the rides, like maybe the lift hill. That's about it. There's not much lighting at all. So I guess you could say this is even more realistic then.
you were so realistic and you didn't even know.
My laziness adds to the realism. Yes.
Oh, look, there's one beam. One
Yes.
magical beam of light.
Oh, this part of lift hill is lit.
Oh, yes, beautiful.
Angelic
Let's all
chorus.
chime in, yes.
Ascending to the heavens.
We could have like a soundboard.
Yeah.
Up, number 2.
Ooh, right into the
Ooh,
sunrise.
yes.
That's pretty.
6:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
This is like some ejector times.
Yeah, like again, not quite. Yeah,
It's
a
not
little
like
intense.
Rocky Mountain Coaster assault on your human body, but
no, but it. Yeah, I wanted it to feel forceful and fast
Yeah.
because not knowing too much about GCIs, as I've never been on one. I just know they're fast and they have lots of forces, lateral and So yeah,
They jostle you about.
that's what I
But in a
hear.
good
I've
way.
never
Well,
actually been on one, so.
Except
I like
when
to
they
be
get
gently
old,
jostled.
it's not quite as enjoyable.
Oh, the older they get.
Yeah, the older, because I went, which one was it?
I was on Gwazi a long time
Oh,
ago.
that
was the only
killed
one
me.
I've ridden. Yeah.
I didn't go
I'm
on that
excited
one.
for. I'm
Iron
excited for
Gwazi,
Iron
though. That
Gwazi.
looks. Have you seen the testing videos for that?
Yes,
That
looks a
thing
little
hauls
intense.
some ass.
Now, see, I was all excited for Steel Vengeance, and then I wrote it, and then I wasn't excited for it anymore.
oh.
And then I wrote it again, and I lost my wallet, and then I really wasn't excited for it.
Like I like
But it was my
I
fault.
like the RMCs, but like for me, I mean, I haven't been on Steel Vengeance, so I can't really say, but from what I can gather, I'm like, there's ejector air that's enjoyable and it's fun, but then there's just straight up, you're assaulting me on this ride.
Yeah. I'm a bigger dude, and so for me, Steel Vengeance was uncomfortable. But I've been Iron Rattler is great, Goliath is great, New Texas Giant is great.
I've only been on Twisted Timbers.
Okay. Yeah, I've been on. I was surprised at how many I'd actually gotten on, and they're all. Steel Vengeance was probably not my favorite, not by a long shot. So,
Duly noted. Now I know.
now you know.
That's one
So there
credit
you
you
go.
you
The
want
more
back.
you know.
But you need to go. I think everyone needs to ride it once at least because it is so crazy. And like the
Yeah.
first half's great, but yeah. So there you go. That's a little tour of where Conifer Slopes is currently at.
Yay, Conifer Slopes. Yeah, as I said, like this park is kind of nostalgic for me because I remember all these bits and pieces, and to see it kind of come together in what are we now, 2020? I'm just like, ooh, I'm getting old, you know,
Right?
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like I'm well into entering the midlife here, and it's like holy crap! I've been doing this for a long time. So, yeah, every time I do
hoping
play
that
it,
your midlife crisis is more Planet Coaster.
Yes.
or maybe I just ditch all this and like travel the world for theme parks.
Or that. Hey,
what
I
I'm
was
hoping my
traveling.
midlife
I traveled
crisis
for
will be.
free, and I didn't go to any parks. Don't feel bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hit up a park this summer that I've never been to, so I'm excited for that.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, excited.
top
Gonna be going
secret?
to Dollywood. No, I'm gonna be going to Dollywood.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah, I've never been, so I'll get another RMC under my belt. So
There we go.
If it's working, I hear that one is notoriously broken down.
yeah, that's what I've heard. So fingers crossed.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Bandit, for letting us tour the lovely Conifer.
Well, thanks for thinking of me and inviting me on. I appreciate it. So yeah,
Absolutely. Oh, we loved it. It has me warm and fuzzy, and then also makes me want to do other things like project wise. I'm like, oh great, that's all I need. Another project. Stop it.
right. Yeah, I've been reminiscing a lot about my Planet Coaster projects, and it's making me kind of itching to get back.
Good.
So
Yay.
Yes.
Michael,
I might
our
do that.
job is done now.
Yes. We have peer pressured him into making more Planet Coaster.
do more.
Not that we don't love the zoo content, but
No, I know, but
we're
you
PCs
and
at heart.
you and the two people on YouTube that keep commenting that I should make Planet Coaster, you might finally be breaking me down.
I sense the good in you. Come to the light side.
Absolutely.
Come back. I'll be the Ben Solo of Planet Coaster.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you like our content, whether it's, I don't know, Sims, Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, whatever, please like and subscribe. And again, thank you, Mass, for joining us. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. Bye, Michael. Bye, Mr.
Bye.
Meme. Have the day you have.
Stay classy.